Hey everybody, it is Dom here. Now, if you haven't figured out how to get your Zeus module all set up, play as the game master, then check back on some of the previous videos and that'll help you get set up there. But if you're all ready, you go to jump into single player, jump into multiplayer, or join one of the public Zeus servers and you're trying out Zeus or Game Master the first time. This will be kind of a big overview here. We're not going to spend a crazy amount of time into it, but we're going to get you everything you need to know for the base minimal version of Arma 3 when it comes to vanilla Zeusing here. So you've gone in, and this is what your screen is going to look like here. You're going to have, your units, groups, modules, markers, and recent. Recent will just be basically stuff you've already put down. So if we go in here and we put down ammo bearer, and then we go to recent, we can see that, boom, I already put them down, as long as some other stuff too from even earlier. But so we have the blue for op for independent, civilian, empty for the unit. These will basically be individual units. So if you put a grenadier down here on the blue for side, and if you go down here and you put ammo bearer here down on the op for side, these guys are gonna kill each other. So yep, there's that. It also works for independent and civilians, so you can put down some ambient civilians running around. You can right click on them to tell them to go to places. If you're playing as op4 and blue 4 and you right click on a person, you actually tell these guys to engage each other. If you double left click on a unit, you can see some stats here. Rank will basically be their intelligence. You can set their skills, how precise they're going to be. You can see if they're going to respawn or not. You can give them custom stances, let them kind of do their own automatic thing. So that guy would never, ever move out of his stance of being crouched. So if we had these two guys crouching right here, and then we put this guy right here, nope, they're not going to move at all. I don't know why that civilian just felt the need to jump up, but he did. At least he didn't get shot. So that's really helpful whenever you're setting up AI, because I will tell you this, Arma AI loves to go prone and just sit there and get you by the doors while they're proning. So if you want them to be crouching or standing, that's going to be your best bet there. Most of the time, you'll probably just set them to automatic. You can also change their health and armor, give them some more if they've been shot or dinged up a bit, or if they're wearing armor. So it'll take a bit more to kill if you want to boof them up or debuff them. So we're going to go here. Also, if you go to empty and you hit delete, that's how you get rid of these guys here. You can also left click and drag to delete. Also, some little piles of blood. Now, sadly, those really can't be helped out here in this version of the vanilla Zeus, but we're going to get into an advanced version using something called Achilles later on. So yeah, you can see all the factions here. You can put down, even a plane. So we put down CSAT, Y32 Zion. I think that's how you say it. We can even change the rank, health. We can set it to have no fuel at all, and he can't go nowhere, so he's stuck there. We can even take all of his health and armor all the way down, and that'll destroy him. So that's another way to get rid of a unit there. If you don't want to hit the delete key, you can just health all the way down. So we have independent civilians, same thing. They move around and whatnot. Now, empty, this is going to be some of your props. If you're going to go in and say, hey, I want to give these guys like a prowler, you can put down one right there. And then you could go to your blue 4 guys, and you could right click on the vehicle, and eventually he'll get in there. Also, you could just straight up drag him in there. So if we take another one and we boop him in, boom, these two guys are driving around. So we drag and left click. Right click on this right here. We can also double left click on the waypoint, and we can tell them to get out at that point, unload, fire on that position, tell them to wait until they get there, wait there, set up formations if they're in lines. We can tell them how fast to go, combat mode, all that goodness there. If we control right click and set up some waypoints right there. So at this point we can tell them to wait. This one we can tell them to wait even longer. This one we could eventually tell them to get out. So we'll see that happen here in a little bit. You'll also be able to put down some objects. So if you need to, make a fence real quick or make a little base, you can do that all too, which is pretty nice. So these guys are actually chilling there, so we're gonna give them new weight. There we go. Yeah, even if you want to give your people some extra weapons, you could scroll all the way down to weapons. This pretty much determines like what mods you're using. If you're using base vanilla, there's still a good bit of stuff. So we have the launcher there. We have RPG. Tell this guy to hop out also. Let's see, unload. Actually, I think I hit the wrong thing. Hit unload for the crew, but we're gonna hit get out. And eventually our boyo will want to get out. Come on. You got there. I don't know what this guy's doing all the way back there. Let's see. Rifleman. Oh. Come on. Get out. Come on, dude. You got this. I think the driver actually got out, which is the funny part right there. So yeah, also if we wanted to pick our marksman there, you can also tell him to go and pick this up. Come on. Well, he doesn't want to pick it up. It's alright. For groups, works the same way. So we'll go down here, we'll have just a NATO infantry group, anti-armor. You can see they're set up there like a wonderful wedge, but if we want them to be like in a column, we can get that too. And they're slowly going to move into a column formation there. And then we can have them continue going along that way. Or we can have them shift, you know, make a right echelon, make a diamond. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty much all about the customization and what you're thinking essentially when you set up a Zeus mission. Now if you're setting up for your buddies, it'll be much different. But if you're wanting to have 2 AI go at it, or just 1 AI just to charge your buddies, then you can do that too. So you can see how they're getting closer into that diamond position, which will be probably much more, you know, beneficial in a sense if you're going to put, you know, a VIP there with them. So that's going to do it there for the units and the groups. Now we're going to take it over to modules. So animals, pretty self-explanatory. We got some animals here. We got seagulls, sheep, poultry. You can do the little Fabio thing with the seagulls coming out of his like sleeves or whatever. That's pretty cool. We love to put down the goats whenever we're like, hey, this is the objective you're supposed to be at, or you're going the wrong direction. Audio, you can have the game play some music, you have it play radio sound, so you're telling them reinforcements are en route. You can left click to see what group or side here, maybe an individual player, so it's not going to hear on my end. You can have it play a sound, which is pretty fun whenever you want something like that, the alarm. These are fun for the Contact DLC. Make people think that there's aliens coming in. So those are some fun things to mess around with there. Here we got some chem lights, which you guys are going to be able to see these a lot better. I'll put down some flares also at night. So let me skip the time real quick to midnight. There we go. If you look up, you can see the flares. So definitely much better when it comes to nighttime. We're going to skip time real quick and go back to day. So for the effects, same thing. You have the IR grenades and tracers show up. Post-processing, if you want to change. There's not really too many options here. When we get into the more advanced version of Zeus, as we'll call it, with Achilles, there's a ton more you can do. But, you know, if you want to make it black and white, maybe a little tint of brown or Mediterranean green, you can do stuff like that. Get rid of all of that. Skip time, self-explanatory. It's on military time, so you have to look out there. So 4 o'clock in the morning. I believe this will be like 3 in the afternoon. So time acceleration, you can change how fast time goes by. So just you know, one day will be 24 whole minutes, or if you want one day to be, you know, 2 hours, you can do that. As you know, people play, if you want it to go darker and darker, you can set up the weather here, make it rain, make it storm, set up the amount of fog. See, it's really foggy right now. So by deleting that module too, it won't fix it. You just have to go through and replace the weather module. Fire support is pretty self-explanatory, so if we do that right there, we do one of these and one of these, I think, yep, I'm good. I'm not within the radius. And then get howitzer, rockets, mortars, bomb strikes. So this will actually call in a gun run with missiles, and you can change the plane that comes in, or the jet that comes in for the gun run there. Let's give it a hot second. So of course those ones will take a little bit longer because it's going to spawn a plane, and it's going to come in from the direction that it's looking like right there. There we go. It's a lot lower than I was hoping on those. I think those are just flares actually. Yeah. Alright, so I showed you guys what the flares can do. Get down to objectives, so we can set it here for blue force. Say, hey, I want you to defend this area. We'll just call it potato. Defend the potato area. And you can see I've actually already done it because my dude's in the area there. You can set up for them to attack it also, which is pretty nice. Can set up a custom objective here, and of course you guys will have to get rid of that one. You can set up a special objective just for where it's individual players, which is actually really cool too. Get in vehicle, which will tell people, hey, get in it, and it'll accomplish the goal. Pretty good for if you ever play dynamic recon ops. That's kind of how it'll work there. Move will tell people to go to a destination, and it'll disappear. Neutralize, you know, take out a character on the map, which will pretty useful there. Protect, you know, so if we go instance 2, combat lifesaver, actually let's do survivor, and then we do a module for neutralize, and we do neutralize 1, owners, player, objective will complete automatically. Object to which the module is attached to is neutralized. No test will appear in the module attached to any objective. So we'll just do neutralize survivor, and then you can should be able to sync these two up. Yeah, there we go. So in order to sync these up, you're going to control left click, and that'll sync it up to the survivor there. So if we go over here, I should actually have a little objective there. I don't mess around with these too much because it kind of makes it like, hey, he's right here. I kind of want them to actually like look around for him. So that's completely up to you guys on that one. We'll do size also blue 4. Should actually be synced up. Click on this line also. Yeah, it should be synced up. So it has to appear in the module and attached to any object. It is though. Waypoints marker. We'll do survivor. So I have to actually put it. Yep, there we go, right above him. So if we put him right there, and we put a. I'm actually really close to it. Put a gunner right here. And you take him out. There we go. So even though someone else did it, it'll accomplish it there. Or in the case of we put down deck crew, go down, protect. There we go. Put it on the dude there. Opt for. There we go. And we can see mission failed for that one. Not mission failed, but task failed. We can set up a race, which is pretty cool. So you can tell everybody to line up on a certain position, have them do a checkpoint, and we have a finish area. So there's that. And I didn't actually want to do it that way, but have the helmet go through. No, come on, you got it. Come on, buddy. I don't think I set that one up probably, so come on. And there's a place where you need to pass all checkpoints modules after the race. Let's see, race, size, module place objective completed automatically once any unit involved serialization, and all checkpoints, if any, module and checkpoints will disappear after. So there we go. Say we got it there. Oh, might have freaked out the race also. There we go. Can I actually move this closer to me? Come on. I didn't want to put it actually over myself. There we go. Alright, respawn's pretty self-explanatory, so we can click here on loadouts, and we can give ourselves, let's see, want NATO, what if we want, like, you know, a crewman outfit, or a, let's do engineer outfit also. Make those available. We'll add another respawn for players, and I'll respawn real quick. Give it a hot 5 seconds. We added a custom position here from our ones previously, and we'll have the loadouts available also. Now I believe because I didn't set that up in the Eden editor that there wouldn't be loadouts, so something to look at for you guys if you want to make sure that's all set up properly, because I never mess with it, but in case you do, so you can go here and select respawn loadout. Go back to multiplayer. Go back to our engineer real quick. Then we're going to go through and hit OK. Yep, so there's a base engineer loadout just for that character. We hit Y. We're going to go through respawn. Remember, we went to loadout. And we gave us, what was it? The deck crew, engineer, crewman. Let's do all those. And add the respawn there. Respawn. And then boom. These will show up here. So, crewman. Alright, let's take it back to Zeus. By the way, to go in and out of Zeus, you're going to hit Y. It's also how you're going to be able to ping Zeus. So, just fair warning when people start annoying you there. Smoke shells. These are really fun. So, if people are going somewhere you don't want them to go, always throw down a red smoke. I just love messing with them. Of course, green smoke, you guys know what it does. So there's that. Go back to scenario flow, respawns, yeah, vehicle respawns, all of that. Scenario flow will go down to briefing. You can type up as much as you want. You know, get ready, guys. You know, scream at them. I can give a custom little image. So that shows it up right there. Give a countdown. You know, so in like 20 seconds, mission completed, mission failed. I'm not going to do that because it'll actually end this right here. We'll do end scenario, which ends the scenario. Give a little debriefing also they can look at. Give respawn tickets. So, you know, say you're down with people, you know, they've been dying too many times. Give them a certain amount of tickets, and then once that's it, they're going to have to just spectate. So, bleed out tickets are the same also when they're like on the ground. Scenario name, you can give it a name here. Be like, welcome to Arma 3. There you go. And that'll show up on the bottom right. That's always fun. We use it typically to say, hey, get your kits. Gonna train boot camp stage. So if we go to that dude right there, and boot camp, do go through the infantry corps and teach recruits basic movement and firing. Go through motorized vehicle. So these are pretty fun to do here. Never really mess with these too much, so you'll probably never use them. Also, I think I might have used them probably twice in the course of 6 years. You give people a hint. It says, "Hey, it's the dude with the funny hat," and text chat. give it blue for. There we go. So on the top right, it'll show up, and you can tell everybody, you know, what's up. Go here and punish people. We like to do this one a lot. Have them do some squats. Always helps out. You know, not always a punishment. For some people, it's a enjoyment. Zeus, go here, and for arsenal, this is going to be to change the arsenal of a unit. So say you want to give this guy a rocket launcher, you're done having him play around as a police officer. There you go. And you can go in here and change all the stuff there. You change his face, you can change night visions, change his headgear, give him some funky backpacks, change his kits. So remote control, you can also take control of the character there. Go and harass your characters. Hit Y, by the way, to get out of controlling that character instead of just aborting out. Don't do that. And finally, the good old Zeus lightning bolt. Boom, taken care of. In case someone's being crazy. Markers, these will show up on the player's map, so we put an objective there. We hit M. Actually, probably better this way to show you. Boom, so everybody can see it right there, and they can't delete it, because if you were to just put it down normally, when you're not in Zeus, people could delete it and mess with you and draw some funky things. Here you can actually prevent that by putting down, you know, all the markers given to you. And like I said, recent was recent, but that's going to do it here for Zeus. Very kind of quick overview of everything you can do in Zeus, vanilla version wise. We'll jump into Achilles more and look at some more advanced things with scripting and nukes and just all that fun. I'm not going to heavily mod it too much there. We're going to have a very modded version for like units and milsim. Then there's the casual player, and then there's the kind of you know, very vanilla basis of everything. That's kind of what this is here. But that's going to do it here for everybody for Zeus as far as I can think of. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. You guys know what to do. Like it up, share with your friends. Makes me happy. Makes the YouTube game happy. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time for some more Arma 3 tips and tricks. Peace out, everybody.